Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to big episode 150 of NerdPod Generations. As always, I am one of your illustrious hosts, Steve Taylor, along with the lovely Elle Jetsam. Hello, sir.
Hello, friends and enemies.
So we have to apologize about last week, folks. I had a bout of insomnia the night before we were supposed to record. I got no sleep, and so I could not do a show, or I would have lost my mind. So we, especially being 150.
Yeah, we needed it to be.
This is big time. This is big time. So we got a special show set up for you folks. First off, if it's your first time listening, please go to nerdpodgen.com. There are links to Spotify, YouTube, pretty much everywhere we have a show. Everywhere we have anything. There's links to Al's personal stuff, my personal stuff. Get a little rundown of who we are and what we do. Make sure to go to YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts and subscribe to the podcast. That's very important. And then listen to the back catalog.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's a good show.
This is going to be a good show.
This is going to be a
very special.
Well, this is one of our fun special episodes.
Yes, and I'm excited for this idea, which is kind of both of our ideas.
Yeah, we just fired things back and forth at each other, trying to figure out what we wanted to do.
And I think we got a sweet spot.
I think we hit something
good. So we're going to start with our watch, play, read.
Yes.
And then you won't notice this, but we will take a minor break.
Yes.
To enjoy a few beverages or something to make ourselves loosen up a little bit.
There's going to be an inebriated state
a little bit
involved.
And then we're going to do a little trivia.
Yeah.
Back and forth. And then the lovely Kelly will be joining us to ask us trivia questions herself.
Yes.
So we are very excited about this.
It's going to be a good show.
Oh, I can't wait.
And on top of that, we still get to do our ranting and raving because D23 was last week, and baby boy.
That's a bunch of D, all right. So we are going to start with what have you been watching, playing, reading? I got so much. So my son and I have been on our Marvel journey still, and we've been trying to get it all in before which is impossible, but we've gotten a lot in over the summer before he has to go back to school. So we started off watching the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which we watched the entire first season, which is the only season they have so far. Loved it. I forgot how much I loved that show.
Yeah.
It really was very well done. Wyatt Russell was great. Everything about it was great. And I really forgot how much I enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
Even the Sharon Carter stuff that we groan about, it wasn't as much as I remembered.
See, that's still my number one. It ruins everything for me to have this be what they decided to do.
But it was, like I said, I don't know if I just remembered it incorrectly of there being more of her. There was much less than I remembered.
Oh, that's my issue. My issue is that they deliver us this central premise that Sharon was not snapped.
Yes.
Has spent the last 5 years in Madripoor.
Yes.
And during that entire time and before, since Cap went on the run after Civil War, he has just fully dumped Sharon.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk to her, doesn't make contact with her, doesn't do anything with her, to the point where she hates him.
Yes.
Because he's just bailed out on her. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
What? And I was praying that it was going to end up that she was a Skrull or some stupid nonsense like that. No, this is the story. This is the story that they've decided to go with. This is unforgivable as far as bad writing goes. The rest of the show, great. I love it, but this has to be a markdown.
Except for the fact that the one episode she was the primary in had some really great action set pieces when they're like trying to find the lab and they're in the shipping crates, and even with her kicking, like that was some really great action.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's the thing I take away from this is the action in this show was awesome.
Yeah,
and it was and I did like the interactions between Bucky and Sam. It was like everything was great, and even the Zemo part, he was like. This is if they could have started this as the Zemo and then built him up to what he should be.
Yeah.
I would have been much better than what we got in Civil War and then this.
Yeah.
Because this was great. Like, he was awesome.
Well, we got full sock face.
Yeah.
And that to me was one of the most important things. Was that we got an actual version of Helmet Zemo that is something of a mad genius.
Yeah.
With a spite on for the entire world. And just... I wish that they had tuned up elements of that show better, because the central premise of the show I love. because it's the only time we ever talk about the snap.
Yep.
Is that the world changed, lines were redrawn, nations were brought together, and suddenly they want to reset the board back to before all that. And the people that survived the snap are like, fuck that. No, we spent 5 years putting the world back together. And then you came back, and now you wanted it the way that it was. And they never touch on that premise ever again.
Well, and the only fault I really would throw at this show that is the fault of a lot of the Disney TV shows is there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
It's really hard, even though they're hour long, so it is 6 hours of content. They were trying to tell a very big, intricate story. Yeah. And they did it in 6 episodes. So that was my only thing. Even my son, he's like, oh, this is the last episode. I was like, yeah. And I don't know if there'll be another season.
Well, that's what Brave New World is.
It is,
Brave New World is supposed to be the next iteration. They haven't said that, this version of Captain America is going to be coming back.
Yeah.
They've just said Brave New World is our next thing. And then after that, the next thing we have him in is Avengers related.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's going to be another season.
I don't think there is.
I don't
either.
think any of these things that have been brought up are going to be reconciled in any way. I think Marvel is going to do what they've been doing for the last 3 years, having survived the political environment of the last 10 years. I very fervently say, when someone tells you who they are and what they're going to do,
believe them.
Just fucking believe them.
Yep, I agree.
Don't try and mince their words or cover up or say, oh, they meant that. No, this is what they said. This is what they meant. Mm-hmm. And Marvel has told us again and again and again that they don't care about the hardline fans. Mm-hmm. They are not interested in expanding on any of these various things that are just kind of hanging out there. They're just going to keep going the road. Mm-hmm. And literally the only thing that can make them stop is a cataclysmic Deadpool and Wolverine inverse, where it's like such a crash, where they pour time and money and advertising and all this stuff into it, and people canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions because of this movie. That's the only thing that's going to change anything, because what we were talking about with Deadpool and Wolverine, they go out, they make a good thing, and they learn the exact wrong lesson. Yep. And the same day, they bring in RDJ as Doom.
Yep.
You haven't learned a goddamn thing.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. And rolling to that, the next thing we watched was season 1 of Loki. Mm-hmm. So I remember when I first watched season 1 of Loki, I was kind of torn. But after watching it the second time, it really sucked.
I just got
it's
nothing
not Loki.
Out of it.
It's not. Don't call it Loki because it's not Loki.
Well, and it's this weird amorphous figure now.
Yeah.
Where Loki in the comics began as the god of mischief. Mm-hmm. So he just fucked around for the sake of fucking around. I'm gonna give the Wrecker Thor's power because fuck it. Because it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's funny to me. And then he became the god of evil, eventually. And then they tried to reboot him a few times since then. And whether it's female Loki, whether it's kid Loki, there's been so many different versions. Yeah. But they can't figure out how to actually use Loki.
No.
Because he has to be villainous. Otherwise, he's not true to the nature of the character.
Yes.
But they try and make him this charismatic anti-hero, but he's not that either.
No.
And so he's still, the only way that he's Loki is that he's self-serving. But now they're moving away from even that, where Loki is self-sacrificing now.
Yeah.
In order to save the multiverse or whatever nonsense.
It's like, that's not fucking Loki.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know what to do. They can't have him be heroic. They can't have him be a true villain. Because, I mean, like, in my IMHO, as the kids say, you can have him be a villain.
He is a villain.
He should be a villain.
Yes, he's 100% a villain.
He should be a recurring menace.
Being Marvel, they would need to kill him off.
No. I'm saying you break entirely from the Marvel method, which is why they can't do it.
No, exactly.
Because the best thing that they could do with Loki is have him be this floating puck trickster character who comes in and out of the plot and shows up at inconvenient times. And the heroes are always pleading with him to help. And it's not until it's in his best interest that he helps. Like, that's what Loki should be, and they don't know how to make that happen. But, like, me and Kelly went to see Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. Just looking at how Ryan Reynolds knows how to use the TVA, when Kevin so very clearly has no idea what to do. He has this idea, this conceit, and he just doesn't know how to operate it. And he's like some kind of bumbling Forge from the X-Men, where Forge just needs to think about something and he can invent anything. This is a version of Forge where he can think of something and he gets really excited about the idea, but he has no idea how to build it. And I just wish he would get out of the way and let actually talented artistic people make decisions on his behalf.
I think it might have been a one-off. Deadpool and Wolverine.
You
1,000%.
You think?
Well, I take that back because
no, don't take it back. You're right.
No.
Don't backtrack when you're right.
Because the first one-off I would put money on was Werewolf by Night, because there's nothing about that TV movie / whatever you want to call it that had the fingerprint of Marvel on it.
It has some Marvel humor.
A little bit.
Really, when they open up the corpse and play him like an organ, there's some serious Marvel humor in there.
But, like, limited compared to what normally they put out.
Comparatively, but there were also some of the side characters, like the former wife and weird hangers-on.
See, I love that, though. I love that.
I didn't dislike it, but I think it falls within the Marvel purview. Like, this is what they do, is they have these hangers-on characters who make all the jokes and all the laughs and all the yucks, and nothing's to be taken too seriously. And then there's, like, one big moment of triumph where the fans are like, here, we got there. Whereas Deadpool and Wolverine, what it does is just trash Marvel the entire way through. I love that so much. Then it trashes Fox. And then it turns around and says, we are the fans.
Yes.
The entire thing with Elektra and Blade, where they just want an end to their story. That's a meta commentary on so many different things, where this universe is ending because they can't make Wolverine movies anymore. The meta commentary is pitch perfect.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's an element that has not been in Marvel movies in a long time, because it's reminiscent to me of the height of Phase 2, when they were taking genres and kind of just mixing genres together. And so you had Guardians, and you had Winter Soldier, and you had Civil War, and you had Doctor Strange, although that still falls really into the Marvel method pretty deeply. Loki Season 1 to me was always... It lost me when he finds out that Asgard is destroyed, and he's like, oh, moving on. I'm like, that is bullshit. This is the version of Loki that hasn't lost his mother yet. And he's shown all that with his mother dying, and that works. We get there. But then he finds out that Asgard dies, and he's like, I don't fucking care about that. And I'm like, you wanted to be king of Asgard for fucking ever.
Yeah, that's all you wanted.
That's all you've ever wanted. And now your kingdom is gone. You're just like, I guess I didn't care about it after all. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to watching Season 2.
Luckily, still haven't watched it.
That's far down the line in our Marvel journey. So after Loki, we did watch, and I don't think we need to beat this too much to death, Black Widow.
Was it better?
Well, here's the thing. If you remember, my initial one is I liked it.
You didn't hate it.
I still hated Taskmaster. I hated Taskmaster. I still take Taskmaster out. I still enjoyed it.
How can you take Taskmaster out?
Because it's
that's like saying we're just going to remove David Harbour from this movie. No, he's like an integral part of the entire movie. Like Taskmaster is literally the MacGuffin of Black Widow's guild.
Yes,
it's a physical embodiment of Black Widow's guild.
The thing I think I was trying to when we were watching it, I'm like, why did I like this movie? Why do I like this movie? It is Florence Pugh and Scarlett Johansson's interaction with each other. is so great.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. Florence Pugh is fantastic.
Florence Pugh is really good.
She's so good.
Unlike
and so is Rachel Weisz. She's very good. I liked her. I really liked her.
I love Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
I love Rachel Weisz.
I mean, she's not in it a lot.
Well, she's not very good in the parts that she is in. And the acting is very touch and go. This it's
the accent's a little touch and go.
It has big Jeremy Irons in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh God!
I use this to for a cat. You know,
the one with Marlon Wayans, right?
Oh God,
that is atrocious.
Bad. But like I love Rachel Weisz. I think she's an excellent actress, and when I watch her in this, I can just see her being like, I do not care. They want me for this role. They are willing to pay me a lot of money to do it.
I'm wondering if she's in Thunderbolts even in a small role.
I can't imagine that she is.
I don't know. They left it kind of open for like her and David Harbour being
David Harbour is in Thunderbolts.
Well, I know he is, but I'm saying at the end of Black Widow, they made it out to like maybe they would be an item again.
Oh, like a family.
Like a family.
Okay.
At least the two of them.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know if she'll be in it, even in a small component.
Let's look back at the clock. What happened to Jane Foster after Thor: The Dark Thor? There was this long period.
Yeah, well, that was Natalie Portman saying, "I don't want to fucking be second fiddle."
But this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I think it was also Natalie Portman saying that she didn't want to be in these terrible movies anymore. Because, like, I have fondness.
And what does she do? Thor. She comes back for one of the worst fucking ones, Thor: Love and Thunder.
I know. Well, see, that to me tells me that she's a director looking to get money to finance a project.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that was to me.
That makes sense.
And so whatever movie she just came out with, The Woman in the Lake or whatever it is, that was basically just financed by Thor: Love and Thunder, I think. I look at all of this with Black Widow, and my complaint is still the same as it always was. You had the perfect story. It was right in front of you. Yep. You didn't have to do anything. You had to cast an interesting, charismatic, comedic type. Not a comedian, but a comedic type who has timing and ability. You cast him as Taskmaster. I can think of a few. There's Aldous Hodge, who is now going to be Wonder Man.
Oh, yeah?
There's... I can't remember his name, but he was in The Matrix as the new Morpheus.
Yes, I know.
He could have been Taskmaster. Like, these are guys that have the chops and the ability and the timing to be this character. It's a badass character anybody would love to play if you did it well. And his whole plot could just be that he's reestablishing the Red Room and mentally controlling all the widows to do so. It's perfect. You don't need to do all this nonsense with Ramanovanov's daughter. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that reveal too. It's even to this point, I was like, because I was enjoying the movie and I knew the reveal was coming, and when the reveal hit, I was like,
this is bullshit.
This is stupid.
And while we're on it, did you see the costume?
Oh, it looks horrible. Did
you see the? Holy shit! I didn't think it could get worse.
No.
Like, I saw people talking like, oh, I like the Taskmaster costume. Immediate tell that you have no understanding of anything that means anything in this universe. You haven't watched anything besides Black Widow. You saw him here and you were like, I like the motorcycle helmet. That's cool. Yeah. It's bullshit.
But at least this one looked in the ballpark of what Taskmaster should look like, not the new one, which is not even on the same planet.
I don't even know what this is.
I don't know what it is either.
Are they going to fix it in post? How Marvel of them to fix it in post. But it looks...
I don't know how you could.
Horrible.
It looks terrible.
It's like original Green Goblin. Not original
steroids.
Green Goblin.
Yes.
The original Green Goblin was a great prosthetic that they ended up thinking was too scary for kids. You were wrong. You should have stuck with it.
Should have absolutely stuck with it.
The Power Rangers Green Goblin, like, it's that level of bad.
So bad.
Where there are going to be some people that defend it and they're like, oh, but it's so cool. It's so sleek. No, this is garbage.
Yeah.
This is a garbage. It looks like she's in a Day of the Dead parade.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
it's
good.
So bad.
Oh, it's atrocious.
So bad.
But we're going to get into that with the D23 stuff, which we were going to talk about D23. Just crushing through a couple real quick. So we were working towards Shang Chi.
Yes.
And I said to my son, we still have not. I don't know if he was just scared of the Hulk and Abomination, because the Hulk, it has some moments, can be. Yeah. It's a monster movie. So we never watched The Incredible Hulk, which is technically number 2 in the MCU movie thing. So we had to watch the Hulk.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
It is?
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely. So we watched The Incredible Hulk. I am grateful that they recast Edward Norton for Mark Ruffalo. I think Mark Ruffalo plays a much better Bruce Banner. There are parts I like. I like the Hulk. I like the Emil Blonsky when he gets the super serum and he first goes after him.
I love that scene.
It starts to go downhill when they go to New York City. Because, I feel like it had a different tone. Once again, we're not going to talk about Doc Samson. That still is laughably bad. When they go to New York City and they have the big CGI fight at the end. We'll talk about this with Shang-Chi. I like that they did change the Abomination's look.
Yes.
In Shang-Chi. Because, I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, it's all right. That whole fight was okay. It wasn't great.
But he didn't look like the Abomination.
No.
And he didn't look like they were trying to go for some, Desert War Hulk.
Yeah.
Where he's just spiky and tan and rough.
Yeah, and I was not a real fan. And so that's the thing I really got, because it's been a while since I've seen it. I love the beginning of that movie, The Incredible Hulk. The beginning when they're in Brazil is so fucking good.
I love, almost all of that movie.
Yeah. It's so fucking good.
That's a movie where, when they go back to it in What If, which we'll get to, I was so elated that scene was in What If, because it's one of my favorite scenes in any Marvel movie, is just Thunderbolt Ross going after this
dude at the university,
Georgetown or Maryland or wherever it is.
Yes.
Just going ham.
Yeah.
And I love that scene. And I love elements of them in New York. I love Betty in the cab screaming at the cabbie. Yes. Some of the more human, I think it was a little too CGI heavy at the end. When we get to the battle in Harlem.
Yeah.
I mean, there are still moments that I like in that, but God help me, I love seeing them run across the tops of buildings. I just love it. I know it's crazy. I know it's too much, but I just love it. I love it so much. I can't help myself.
And Ethan did, my son, I know you will cringe at this. He loved when you see the guy that is the principal in Spider-Man Homecoming.
No. Ethan is right. Marvel is wrong. This is something that I've been saying since the beginning. If you're going to cast Martin Starr in this movie, you better have him be talking to someone about that time Bruce Banner delivered him a pizza. Yes. And they're like, that never happened. Dude, that totally never happened. It should be a thing. And they never did it. Yeah. And it makes me so mad.
Because Ethan was like, wait,
yeah.
Is that? I'm like, yes!
This guy, when he was a grad student, he had a pizza delivered to him by Bruce Banner. He let Bruce Banner into a lab.
Yes.
That's a huge story that he should be telling people.
But he got a big kick out of that. And I loved seeing Lou Ferrigno. I love that scene. But no, that beginning part, and you're right. It's a nitpicky thing with the CGI, but once again, I didn't like how they did the Abomination. I loved the Emil Blonsky with the super serum. That was That's such a good
scene.
It's so awesome.
So fucking good.
Because I love how they make him just so badass, where he's staring face to face with the Hulk and says, "Is that all you got?"
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
And it does this amazing thing that Marvel doesn't do anymore, which I wish they would. Where they introduce this character, which we don't really have any feeling about him.
No.
He's an antagonist to our hero, but we don't dislike him. And then he starts pulling off these things on the hero, and you're like, dude.
Yeah.
And then he gets fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, that was nice. He's gone now. And then he comes back, and you're like, dude.
This is different.
This is gonna be bad.
This is fucking different.
This is getting bad real fast.
And I do have to give it high marks once again for having the Lonely Man theme at one point in the movie. I'm like, okay, that's the fucking
they knew when to do fan service.
And even they have God, why can't I remember his name? The reporter from the TV show was a student on the campus, and he was a journalism student.
Oh, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No. From the old Hulk TV show.
Oh.
The reporter that's always hunting after Bruce Banner. He's a student, and he's a journalist student, and they said that they said his name on the news broadcast.
Yeah, he's the one that pulls out his phone.
Yes, and I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's the little fan service. Because, I mean, how many people that saw that movie never saw the fucking TV show, but those of us that did, and even the beginning when they're showing him going through the experiment that turns him into the Hulk, it's exactly like from the TV show, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
That was another thing, is that Spider-Man is over here pounding its chest being like, we didn't do an origin. No, you did the most prolapsed origin of all time. It took you 5.5 movies to do his origin. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. But everybody's like, they never did it. No. They never showed the spider bite. Yeah. You want to talk about somebody not doing the origin? That's this movie. This movie alludes to the origin and moves on. Yep. It says, you know what the Hulk is. We know what the Hulk is. Everybody knows what the Hulk is. We're not going to spend any time on it, and it's not like it's all about Bruce coming to grips with his new powers, which is exactly what Homecoming and every other fucking movie on that line is about.
Because really, we're introduced to Spider-Man in the MCU, was it 6 months after he got his powers?
Something like
that. So, I mean,
that.
come on now.
Which I still attest is twice as long as some of the best Spider-Man I've ever seen. Some of the best Spider-Man I've ever seen have had their powers for 3 months canonically within the narrative, and they are decades ahead of Tom Holland.
Well, because they made him stupid.
This is what I'm saying!
Because he's got a frog in his mouth.
Yeah.
So after that, we did go on from there to What If, Season 1. Son loved it. There were parts I liked. Once again, there were parts I didn't quite love.
It doesn't always land.
No.
There's moments where you really want it to land, and it just doesn't get there. But then there's moments where it does.
Yeah.
That still has one of my favorite portrayals of Hawkeye ever in that Age of Ultron episode, where he just shows up with the mechanical arm, and he just takes off the invisibility cloak and just... and takes out 5 Ultrons. And it's like, that's fucking Hawkeye. The Hawkeye who jumps into the silo at the end of that episode. That's fucking Hawkeye.
What's the episode I'm thinking of that? Because I remember watching it going, oh my God, this is so freaking beautiful.
You know, beyond what we've already talked about, where there's just a few moments that don't land. I'm looking at a lot of the stuff with T'Challa as Star-Lord. A lot of that stuff just doesn't land. It just doesn't work. And the whole skipping of Gamora on Trash Planet.
Oh.
Sakaar.
The one where what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was such a beautifully deep episode.
That was better than the original Doctor Strange
movie. By far.
I really don't like the original movie, and that really nailed a lot of the premises of Doctor Strange as a character.
Like, I'm watching it going, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is... like, absolutely heartbreaking, and it keeps going. Like, you see him keep trying and trying, and she keeps dying.
And further down the rabbit hole.
Dude.
And as we see in Season 2, he never actually leaves the rabbit hole.
No.
He says that he's going to move out. He has all of his bags packed, but he never leaves.
Never leaves. Oh, Jack McGee is the name of the journalist from The Incredible Hulk. That's right. So finally...
Oh, I did want to interject really quick. They have announced that the season 3 of What If will also be the last season of What If. Because when Marvel does have something that works even 50% of the time, we can't enjoy it.
No.
We're going to get more Miss Marvel. We're going to get all these other things. We're going to get Agatha Harkness.
Oh, God. We're going to rant about that in a minute. So real quick to end up my watch, play, read. We did finish with Shang Chi. Which... I do believe maybe my son's favorite because for those who know, my son takes Kung Fu. So he watched that with his eyes just like saucers. Big. Same as the last time. I adore that movie
until
you see Trevor. And then it truly goes downhill. And I even slightly tolerated Awkwafina until I'm going to pick up a bow and kill the main creature in like 5 hours of learning how to shoot a bow. Immediately
gets it.
It was So fucking bad.
And
but I'm so glad we watched the Hulk, though, because when that scene showed up where they go to the fight and you see the Abomination fighting Wong, I thought my son was going to die. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, it's Wong! Like, he's losing his mind.
Yeah, that's what we all were.
Yeah.
We all were when we saw that in the trailer. We were like, holy shit, they're going to do it. Because we had hope and optimism at this point. And then we met Trevor again, and we were like, oh, this is going to be it. And then I like the magical village, but at the same time, the logic of it doesn't work within the body of the film.
Just like anything else. It was so rushed.
And then they also revealed the dragon surprise in like a million forms beforehand, so that was nothing. And it just I want to like this movie so bad.
Yeah.
But it just keeps you at arm's length with some of these decisions.
It really is the first, like literally the first half.
Yeah.
As soon as they get...
I love that fight in Hong Kong.
Oh, on the building?
Side of the building.
Dude, so good.
That's like right out of Jackie Chan.
So good.
So good.
Well, and then you have the... I can't remember the name of the ninja that trains him, who has the white mask.
Yeah, they say his name. They don't give him a character. Remember. He is a character in the comics.
But, like, he's a badass character. He's reminiscent of the German guy filled with sand in Hellboy.
Yeah.
But, like, his death is so like, literally nothing. One of those CGI creatures grabs him and sucks his soul out. And you're like, dude, you made him out to be this incredible badass that no one can beat, including Shang-Chi.
His name is Death Dealer. And this is how you end his arc.
Death Dealer got
fucking deaded.
He got the full Darth Maul, let's say. Yeah. And it's like, how are you going to kill him off so stupid?
And to basically just prove a point. Just to, like, give a example of, like, if these things touch you, they'll steal your soul.
Yeah.
And, like, that was it. That you could have had any red shirt die to show us that.
And that's the thing, is they already had a few red shirts die and show us that. So it's like, he wasn't even the first one.
Yeah.
And it's like, why the fuck would you?
This is
like, it
nonsense.
was so dumb. And it was really a regurgitated CGI mess at the end. And it really is a shame because that first half is so fucking good.
The fight on the bus is really good.
Fight on the bus, the fight, and even the interactions between him and her and Awkwafina's family.
Yeah.
And their interactions with their friend and like
the way that they tell stories together.
It was awesome.
There's a lot of charisma.
Yes.
And
even the backstory where you get to see the Mandarin fighting their mother. In that beautiful like crouching tiger like scene in the woods, it's like, dude, that's so good.
Yeah, no, they
fucking ruined it.
The end of that, it just got way away from them, so far away from them.
So that's the end of my Marvel saga.
Yeah, woo!
We're still working. I think. What did I say? The next thing we have is the Eternals. So.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
good luck. I still can't get over that they fixed adamantium, and that everybody's like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah,
no. You're idiots. You fucking are so dumb.
It's so dumb.
I can't even deal with you. The other thing that I love Deadpool 2, or Deadpool, I do love Deadpool 2, but Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, I love it, and I get it. It's out of his hands. His hands are tied. He doesn't get to make a decision on this. There have been so many more people referring to the MCU as Earth 616. And it makes me want to throw things like through the screen of my computer at people because it makes me so mad. The entire point of multiversal Earth numberings is specifically so you can keep them separate. Crazy notion, I know. So you can't have 616. That number is taken. And when asked what number you want, you chose 19999999997 or some bullshit nonsense. And it's like, you could have done 822. You could have done 301. You could have done whatever the fucking zip code is in California for the Marvel Studios. But you had to do this. Why, Kevin? Why the fuck are we doing this? Anyway.
Too much power.
Yeah. Speaking of Kevin,
you, sir.
So Disney did this whole thing where they brought out a bunch of people and talked about how great things are and showed us how cool the future's going to be. Oh. And a little thing called D23. Lord Almighty, Where do we start? I think
so bad.
I think let's talk about the only good thing, which is Moana 2.
Yes.
Moana 2 gave us more of an understanding of what the plot is going to be. I'm much more interested in this movie now that I've seen this. I think it looks dynamic and fun. I also think that this is the kind of movie that could easily be cratered by really annoying hangers-on. If the party that she puts together to go out and find this island is full of obnoxious people that are supposed to be funny, but they're not funny, it will sink the movie. So, very curious, more optimistic than I was. Do you have any thoughts on Moana 2?
I had the same thought I'm excited for, because I do love Moana, and seeing it, and like you said, getting a better understanding, get a little more insight, and it is visually... I remember the first time I saw Moana 1 was on a 4K TV, and I remember thinking, holy shit, this is one of the most beautifully animated things I've ever seen in my life. Like the water, the
water is so amazing,
unbelievable. And I got that same vibe from this trailer. I'm like, this looks like it's going to be gorgeous.
Well, when I saw that Moana has a sister, I got really nervous.
Yeah,
really nervous. But I love that scene where she's introducing her sister to the ocean and showing her how the ocean kind of moves with her and all these other things. I was like, okay,
yeah,
all right.
Like she's the grandmother figure now. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I am very optimistic.
That is literally the only thing that came out of D23 where I was like, I like it. Let's go for it. So
you are correct, sir.
Toy Story 5, there's nothing to talk about because
it should have ended with 3.
I
like 4.
Yeah,
should have ended with 3.
I don't even like 4. I don't dislike 4.
That's all right.
I nothing 4.
Yeah.
4 to me will forever be the epitome of
money grab.
Well, basically.
Yes.
But basically the idea of show me that we need this story.
Yes.
Show me that this is an integral, important part of the story that we need, and that this isn't just franchising.
Yeah.
And it was 100% just franchising.
And I'll be honest, I'm ashamed of Tom Hanks because he believes in good storytelling and he has plenty of money.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, Toy Story 3, the same as Indiana Jones 3, had the greatest ending.
The best ending that
you could never write a better ending.
Yeah.
The ending. And they fuck it up by doing another one. It's like, why? Why had the fucking ending.
Well, and like now we're backtracking even further because Woody at the end of Toy Story 4 leaves his friends.
Yeah.
He stays with Bo. He's like, I'm beyond having a kid. I'm gonna go out and explore life as it is.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Woody's back with the gang. So I guess that just didn't work out. Yeah, no, I'm not thrilled about this. I would rather you just do Toy Story with different toys.
And I will have to disagree on I just thought about this. Even though we didn't see anything or really hear anything, I was excited to hear about Incredibles 3. I like the second one a lot.
I was so hot and cold on the second one. There were so many elements of the second one that I just didn't love.
See, the Jack Raccoon scene by itself.
I love the Jack stuff.
That scene by itself gives... I'll watch that movie a million times.
I like about 75% of the Elastigirl stuff. A lot of the stuff with Bob really was cringy for me. I did not love it.
Well, it was just too... It was...
Well, it was that old tale that fathers don't know how to care
they don't
for
know
children.
shit and make them look dumb.
And it's like, no, that's fucking... He should still be a competent dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's annoying and outdated and belittling. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we still saying that this is the way people are?
Yeah.
Why aren't we showing them as three-dimensional? If Helen can join the workforce as smoothly and sleekly as she does, why can't Bob also go home and be able to take care of the kids? Because Bob's a boy.
He's a
and boys don't take care of kids.
But I am excited for that. I'm hoping they don't fuck it up.
Yeah, I want them not to fuck it up because I would love a mulligan after Incredibles 2, which I saw the trailer for and I was like, see that I feel the same way about Incredibles as I do about Toy Story 3, where there was a long time there where I wanted more. Unlike Toy Story 3, I didn't feel that way about Toy Story 3. I felt like after a while when they didn't make anything, this is where it should stay. It should just be this. It's this holy bauble. We never did anything else with it. It was perfect. We just left it alone. And nope. Can't do that. This is Disney. The vault doubles as a money-making device.
Oh yeah, they need to make some money.
Yeah. So I don't have a ton to say on Skeleton Crew, except that you can't feed. I mean, you can. If we're looking at Star Wars as a pig, and Disney is just feeding different things to it, then you can't regurgitate the 80s and feed that to the pig.
Oh, you're talking the Goonies in space, pretty much?
The whole of it!
Yeah.
All of it! They literally have suburbs!
Yeah.
When have you ever seen suburbs in Star Wars? And the kids are just sitting there, like kids at home being like, oh, Jedi! And they're reading books and looking at comics. And I'm just like, this is not Star Wars! This is an ad for the far, far away land. Yeah. Like, this isn't... What is this? And then Jude Law shows up at the end like it's gonna save everything.
Oh, Jude Law Jedi. Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I'm just like, no. This might be the first Star Wars thing that I fully skip.
Well, and I wish they would just flat out say, I won't skip it because I'll have to watch it with my son.
Yeah.
I wish they would just have flat out said, this is the first Star Wars children's show.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Well,
because that's obviously what it is.
But what about Ewoks, Steve?
Oh.
What about Ewoks? The real first Star Wars TV show.
Yeah, but those Ewoks actually ate the stormtroopers, and they just didn't come out.
I know.
Yes. But like this one is like it was when I was watching it, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is the fucking Goonies in space. I wonder if there's One Eye Willie somewhere and they're looking at him.
They did that shot that's in it's in Goonies. It's in The Gate. It's in Poltergeist. It's in like the shot looking out over the hill at suburbia and all of these cookie cutter homes and perfect lawns. They have that shot. It's in E.T.
Yeah. Now it's in fucking Star
Wars. Not okay.
You know what? Part of me is happy to see the decline continue. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I am deeply not looking forward to this. Speaking of things I'm deeply not looking forward to, Snow White, which is just a masterclass in shooting your foot and then proceeding to devour it.
I am so done with the live, and I know this will be the Mustafa too. I'm so done with the live action Disney movies.
Mufasa.
I'm so done with the live action Disney movies. It's like, listen, your animation, especially these classics, they're classics for a reason, and the animation is why. Stop doing the fucking live action.
Yeah. Well, and I cannot get over the arrogance of Disney to decide. It was maybe 12 years ago. We'll call it 12 to 15. But I think Snow White and the Huntsman and Mirror Mirror came out in the same summer, like 2013. And what was the difference? One was panned because it was terrible. And they smacked real human faces onto real human dwarves that didn't have those faces.
Yes.
And it looked weird and bad. And we all hated it.
Very much
and
so.
then you had Mirror Mirror, which was widely acclaimed by everybody who saw it, and just had fucking dwarves. They just had dwarves as part of the plot. And Disney looked at these options and said, we could CGI some dwarves.
Well, remember, one of the main reasons for this option was the Peter Dinklage fallout, where he said, and he came out and said, I stopped casting dwarves as dwarfs. But then you have the dwarf actors that are not Peter Dinklage that are like, hey, fucker, we want these roles.
Yeah.
Put the dwarfs in it. We want to do it. This is like the only things we're getting.
It's weird. It's bad.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's politically all over the place.
No.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
And it's going to be the story of this movie. Nobody's going to care about anything else that happens. There's no way anything else happens in this movie that is more gripping or interesting than CGI dwarves.
Yeah.
That is the movie.
Yeah.
That's the entire thing.
And it's like the part, like, I can understand, you know, little people not wanting to be just typecast.
Oh, 100%.
But dwarfs is not only a legitimate fantasy creature, but it is an actual name for dwarfism, is the name for whatever you want to call the medical term for.
What I saw was someone point out, so your options were make CGI dwarves, or make it so that the dwarves aren't fully one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So that they're interesting, dynamic characters. And you said, no, we want to keep the one-dimensionality, so we're just going to make them CGI.
Because, like, I don't know if you've ever seen a great movie called The Station Agent. Peter Dinklage's first movie.
A long time ago.
He played a character who has dwarfism, but it was one of the most beautiful acting roles I've ever seen. And it's like, yeah, like you said, you could have created those characters, but given them depth.
Yeah.
And had actual actors act.
Yeah. Well, you look at Cyrano, which he made years ago.
So good.
And it's just you switch one thing for another. But it doesn't take away from anything. I'm not saying we all take the Terry Gilliam approach.
No.
Where dwarves are only used for surrealism. But, like...
Look at fucking Willow.
Yeah.
The movie, not the show. The show sucks.
Yeah.
But the movie.
The movie.
The lead character is a fucking...
Well, look at the village of Nelwyn.
Oh, I love that village.
Like, it's so good.
I would live in that fucking village.
They have a warrior. They have warriors.
Yes.
They have wizards. They have everything. And I don't get this.
I don't get it.
I don't get this as a decision.
I don't get it either.
You have so much time that you have to fill to take this movie to whatever length.
Just don't fucking do it. If you can't do it right, just don't fucking do it.
Then don't fucking do it.
So I wish there was somebody in the Disney world that would just stand there and go, no. And slap hands when they come up with these ideas. No.
Honestly, I think they need to shutter the doors for like 3 years and go on like a ayahuasca-based vision quest.
Something.
To like get their heads straight, because this has got to stop.
It's so bad.
So I'm just going to glance off of Agatha all along because I have literally nothing new to say about it. I'm still angry about them stealing Wiccan as a character from themselves. It is so upsetting and frustrating, and I just don't get it as a decision.
And you could just see them like, oh, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Let's put a snarky Aubrey Plaza in there, and that'll make everything
What role
great.
does she play? So everybody can see her.
Is she a zombie when she comes out of the...
Well, I think she's the villain. She's the big bad.
Yeah.
The premise of the show, I guarantee you, is the first episode is Agatha Harkness remembering everything. And then from there on, she's going to get this idea. I can only get my powers back if I get this wish, which I can only get by going down the witch's road.
Yes.
And so she puts together a team of people that she can push into the buzzsaws as she goes down the witch's road. And the entire time, she seems really nice and really authentic, but the entire time, she's planning on just fucking killing everybody in that traveling party. But don't you know it? Over time, they become like a family, and she just can't bring herself to do it. Meanwhile, Aubrey Plaza is sitting here tempting her the entire time, saying, you could have your power back. You could have your power back. You just have to get rid of these idiot kids. You just have to get rid of these people around you. You just have to get rid of this old woman. And she's just going to have to deal with that over and over and over again. And then you're going to get to the end, and everybody's going to realize that Agatha has been a bad person all along. And that's when you're going to get that scene. Last one there's a nice person.
Oh, my God.
This sucks.
That looks so bad.
This sucks. I guarantee you that is the entire season with just different adventures thrown in based off of The Exorcist or Haunting in Connecticut or fucking what's the one with not Josh Brolin, James Brolin, and
Something Wicked This Way Comes?
No, well there's that one, but also Amityville
Horror, yeah.
Like I just
Well, and I wonder if this show was similar to Loki season 2 for different reasons, but similar to where they're like, we already have it filmed.
Yeah.
We know it's going to bomb, even though Loki season 2 for some reason did well, even though you have a woman abuser as the main bad guy.
Because Tom Hiddleston still brings in people.
Oh, he's still in Kiwa Kwan. But like, I think they had this shot, and then they've had all of these string of bad movies and TV shows, and they're like, fuck. Well, we already have it filmed.
They developed a method, and they mass-produced off this method.
Yeah.
And the method is inherently flawed.
Oh,
which is why everything Marvel has made feels exactly the same and has all the same problems. It's because at some point, Kevin decided the way to make TV, unlike the last 50, 70 years of history, the way to make TV according to Kevin is to bring in somebody to write it who's interested in the project. They write a version of it. Then you fire them. Then you change everything based off of that version of the project. Then you bring in another person to shoot the thing. Then you fire them. Then you bring in another person to run all the CGI so you can fix it all in post.
Yeah.
That is the Marvel method. That's how they've made all of their TV shows, and it's why so many of them are bad.
Yeah.
You know, people get angry about House of Dragons not coming back for 2 years. And they're like, but like, for so many years, we had shows that just came back every fall. They finished in the spring. We had the summer off. We came back in the fall every year. How I Met Your Mother was playing every year. You know, fucking Breaking Bad was every year. You know, it didn't have like these massive gaps to shoot the thing. And I'm just sitting here like, you think that's bad?
Yeah, I know, seriously.
At Marvel, we fully regressed from even understanding how to make a TV show, let alone the timeline for getting the TV show made. Just making the damn thing is bad. I agree with you 100%. They made a bunch of these, and now like Funko Pops of Shazam! Fury of the Gods or fucking Obi-Wan.
Damn. Yes.
Like, they are just going to be on Target shelves for fucking ever.
Yep.
And that's what these shows are.
It's not Big Lots. It's like Bob's something or...
Bob's Furniture Outlet or whatever.
It's something like that. And there were Wakanda Forever toys.
Yeah.
For the 6 months, the same toys, and they were like $2,
Yeah.
and no one bought them.
No, this is the thing. I love Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I do. You guys need to severely change how you produce merchandise because it's bad. And you know it's bad because you had to sell off entire warehouses.
Yeah, they're oversaturating the market with
way oversaturating the market
too much
with things that nobody wants.
Yeah, like that awful looking video game that's going to be coming out, which looks horrendous. It looks like a PS1 game.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the graphics on that trailer. I was just shocked.
So bad.
I was like, "What is this? How is this a thing?" And the only good thing about it is that's getting us a Hot Fuzz pop figure. That's the only.
Yeah,
good
that
thing.
is true.
That's the only good thing about it.
That is true. Nicholas Angel.
So we're gonna close out. Well, we still have to talk about Kraven. Fuck.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's talk about fake real lions, and then we'll talk about fake lions.
Okay.
Okay, so fake real lions. Mufasa, the Lion King. Did you know? Holy shit. Have you seen Lion King?
Of course I have.
Now, did you know that was all a lie? Like, top to bottom, the whole thing was a lie. Because Mufasa didn't have a pride. He's just some guy wandering in off the street. You know who was going to be king? Fucking Scar. Fucking Scar, whose name isn't Scar, it's Taka. And he's the one that wants Mufasa around. And when his dad is like, no, Scar's going to be king, Scar's like, no, I want Mufasa around. And then something happens. Mm-hmm. We have a musical number, and something happens, and that pride falls apart. And then we gotta address Kimba the White Lion without addressing Kimba the White Lion. If you don't know what Kimba the White Lion is, it's basically Lion King. It came out a few years earlier. It's from Japan.
It's so bad.
Not even the Circle of Life is part of Mufasa's lineage.
Nope.
That's a thing Scar's mom introduced to him. So the whole thing is a lie.
Yep.
The whole thing. This is Scar was a Nepo baby who had his binky stolen, and that's why he's so mad.
Yep.
Also, can you imagine Mufasa calling him Scar for the entire period after watching this movie? Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is this?
And why the fuck in a prequel movie is Timon and Pumbaa?
Oh, well, that's just a narrative, a framing device.
And that, though, gave me it. So, for those of you who don't know, I do love The Lion King.
Oh, I love The Lion King.
But my favorite movie of that series is Lion King 1.5, which is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is dead, but with Timon and Pumbaa playing those characters. It is so fucking good.
Well, and if you don't know, Lion King is just Hamlet.
Yes.
It's just the story of Hamlet.
Exactly. And this looks like they're fucking with that. And that made me even madder. Because I'm like, you don't, like, I'm sorry. I love that fucking movie so much that it's like, that made me so mad.
I was watching the trailer and my jaw just fell.
Yeah.
From the beginning on.
It's so bad.
I was just shocked.
Like, who had that idea?
Who wrote this? And why? And why is it being presented as this Oscar bait by Barry Jenkins? Like fucking Precious based on the novel Push by Sapphire. You know, like, I what is this?
Like, are you gonna do a prequel to Beauty and the Beast, and you're gonna find out that the Beast, before he became a prince, was best friends with Gaston?
Well, not only was he best friends with Gaston, he was actually a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And this whole thing that we've been told where he was really rude, not a thing.
Nope.
What ended up happening, what really happened, was that Prince Adam told this woman, after 6 weeks, you gotta get out of my house.
Yeah.
And she cursed everybody in the house.
Cursed everybody.
And that's what actually happened.
Yeah. And it's like, dude,
sucks.
it's real. Like, that was atrociously bad.
I was floored.
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
And especially, I understand that the live-action Lion King made over $1 billion. It made a ton of money.
Yeah.
It is like the Nintendo Wii, that everyone saw it right away, but then it got panned after it had been out for long enough. And the panning was, you should never have made these photorealistic animals that were supposed to emote, but they don't emote because they're animals.
Well, and you're
redoing it.
But that was by design. That's the thing that makes me the most crazy.
Yes, exactly.
That was by design.
Exactly.
They wanted it that way. That was how they wanted it to look. And it just... Why?
So you're gonna do it again, even though you were fucking panned, and everyone said, "Yeah, it's."
This is the story that you're going to use to support it.
I really hope this movie bombs.
Oh my god!
It needs to bomb.
How could it not?
Because there are idiots that'll go out and fucking see it and be like, "Oh, well, it's Disney and I love it." And it's like, no, you can't. Like, you should never have seen Aladdin, the fucking live action one, because they changed too fucking much, and they changed songs, and they changed storylines.
There's only one moment in the live action Aladdin I like. The entire movie's terrible. I hate
it's
that
horrible.
Movie. I love Guy Ritchie. He had no business directing this movie.
No.
There's no reason for it. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nope.
It's not in line with his vision for filmmaking. I don't get it.
Nope.
The only good scene in the entire movie is when they're having the back and forth after they get out of the Cave of Wonders, and Carpet builds the Disney castle and throws sand over it.
Yeah.
Like the Disney swing. And I was like, that's the best thing that's happened
really
in this
was.
entire fucking movie. Entire fucking
and
movie.
I'll be honest, if it wasn't for my children, I never would have made it past the beginning where the genie's on a boat with his family, and I'm like, how do you go from such a great entrance of obviously Robin Williams singing as this vendor to the fucking genie with his family on it? I was like, fuck this thing.
I just love that they had this idea of there's no way we could recreate Robin Williams' performance. So what we're going to do is take somebody with just as big a personality as Robin Williams and use him. Terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Awful idea.
Yes.
Awful idea.
Yes.
I think you just got to not do it.
There you go. and that's what they should have done with this Lion King
That's one of my
movie.
favorite lines from
Just
Fantastic
not
Mr. Fox.
Do it.
Is he's in the meeting with Bill Murray, the Badger,
That's right.
and the Badger is going over all the reasons not to invest in this property, and he ends by saying, at the end of the day, I think, bottom line, you just gotta not do it. That's
Just
all.
gotta not do it.
And that has been my reaction to 90% of Disney media.
And that's got to be the Disney logo from now, or like that's what they need to look at every day. Is maybe you should just not do it.
Just maybe don't do it.
Just don't.
Just maybe don't do it.
Hey, let's get Robert Downey Jr. as Doc Doom. Hey, how about you maybe just
maybe
don't
just
do it?
don't.
Just don't do it.
I saw somebody posted a meme that was Kevin saying to someone, "Get me the guy from Oppenheimer," but he couldn't remember Cillian Murphy's name, and so his assistant was like, "Gotcha, boss."
I don't know. I still love the meme where it has his character from Tropic Thunder and it says Wakanda 3.
I love. They've now made one with many characters from many different movies where he is just every Avenger now. Because you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself.
I have indigestion over that.
Speaking of indigestion and the corrosive my own soul, Kraven the Hunter has a new trailer that came out, and wouldn't you know it, the thumbnail tells you everything you need to know. Holy shit.
I give Fox credit. They were 0-1 with Juggernaut, and then they became 1-1.
And then they went to 1-1 kind of
right
situation.
now they're 0-2 with the Rhino.
Are we 0-2? Is it only 2? I guess it is only 2.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti and this one are the only 2 Rhinos.
Yeah.
And they are not only 0-2, they're bad. Like, they're losing 75-0, 0-2 in both games.
It's really bad.
That's how bad this is.
Like, I didn't think you could fuck up the Rhino story this bad. You have, for the record, you have 3 rhinos to choose from. You have 3 rhinos to choose from. So they chose Alexei Tsevich because he's Russian, and Kraven is Russian. And so he's going to be a Russian scientist who's working against the Kravinoff line for whatever stupid reason. And apparently he's smarter than fucking Kirk Connors because he has a serum that he can just inject, become Rhino Boy, turn back into regular human, no problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of Spider-Man villains that would kill to be able to do that. They are the beneficiary of terrible experiments that worked out very badly for them and corrupted them on genuinely deep levels. But I guess you just got this one figured out, huh?
It's so bad.
You could have gone
so bad.
With listen, I like Alexei's. Alexei's fine.
Yes.
Alexei's a cool guy. I can dig Alexei. I like Alex O'Hearn. Alex O'Hearn is my Rhino. He's from Brooklyn. He's an idiot. He just wears a big rhino suit and is indestructible.
Yes.
And kind of just indiscriminately destructive. I love that Rhino. That's not this.
No.
It's not this.
No.
This is so bad. And, like, not only narratively is it terrible, the CGI is horrendous.
Horrible.
It's so bad. Yeah. It's like you just can't help but look at it.
This is like 2008, 2009 CGI. It's like the face is all fucked up.
It's bad. The design is bad. The look is bad. The transformation looks bad.
Yes.
And then we get into everything else. We were talking before the show that this is kind of like a second teaser.
Yes.
The first teaser came out and it was bad. And everybody said, this looks terrible.
Yep.
And then Sony said, okay, so for the next trailer, we're just going to do another teaser.
Yes.
And it's not really going to tell you much about what's happening, but it's going to tease a lot of things. And as a result of that, Aaron Taylor Johnson doesn't say a goddamn thing in English in this trailer.
And that was our number one complaint, is that he spoke with an American accent, perfect English, and in this he speaks in Russian in the scene in the beginning and that doesn't say a fucking word.
A fucking word the entire rest of the trailer.
Like, how do you have your protagonist not fucking say anything?
Like, this is insane.
It's obvious they're fucking terrified.
This is insane. Yeah. I genuinely think we were joking. I don't even think it's joking at this point. I think it's true. This is what Sony thinks success looks like.
Yes.
Sony has gone so far down the bad well, and they've just been gulping the water of Morbius and Madam Web. And they say, well, it made money, and people were talking about it. We were the height of the internet for weeks. But just like how you could say that breakdancing at the Olympics didn't work because Ray Gun was a thing, then you didn't fucking watch Breaking at the Olympics!
Yes.
You don't know the name Phil Wizard, do you? Because holy shit, everything you guys are complaining about not being there was there. But you selected this one clip of this one person who should never have been given the opportunity to do this.
Oh, I can't remember his name. It was like the Asian guy in the first season of American Idol that sang awful, and that's all they talked about.
Yeah.
Was that guy in
Sanjaya or whatever it was?
No, not Sanjaya. It was, I honestly can't remember his name. He sang, she bangs, but it's like, I mean, I remember that now, and I haven't watched that show, but that was fucking 20 years ago.
But this is what I'm saying.
But yeah,
this is what Sony thinks success looks like now. And it's infuriating because you want to fuck around with Morbius? Fine, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You want to fuck around with Madam Web? Who fucking cares? It's Madam Web. I'll be angry because I care. I care. But, like, generally speaking, the world at large, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Right? I care, but nobody else does. Venom, listen, we had one bad Venom. If we have 3 more bad Venom movies, throw them on the pile. We're getting kind of inured to this kind of nonsense. Now you're getting to the shit that matters.
Yeah.
This is the shit that people care about now. And I've heard rumors, I can't substantiate it, but I've heard rumors that Marvel can't use any of the villains that Sony is using in their movies in the Spider-Man canonical movies.
Yep.
Because they're taken up at Sony.
Yep.
And that was part of the deal that they cut. Are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? This is how you're approaching it?
Well, it's executives that don't understand.
Avia Rand And Amy Pascal
they
need
go
to
fuck
be
themselves.
thrown in jail.
I agree.
Like, this is criminal.
And what the fuck has happened to Russell Crowe? He's either making bad superhero movies or he's priest possessed.
Well, he's doing like the Bruce Willis from 2005
yeah,
to
but
like
it's like
2015.
The one thing you could always say, Bruce Willis was never really a good actor. He was
Russell
good
Crowe
in his role. Russell Crowe was a great actor, and it's like.
Well, I love him in The Nice Guys. He's so good.
Oh, The Nice Guys, he's great. The Cinderella Man, Gladiator's fucking awesome.
Man,
I mean, he's a great actor. And it's like, what are you doing, dude?
What is this?
Why are you with this terrible? I mean, I'm getting when I see him in this trailer and in the first trailer, I get vibes of Anthony Hopkins in Wolfman. Yeah. Even though I love Wolfman, it's like.
He eats but like, again, there's a line, right? We were talking about Jeremy Irons in Dungeons and Dragons, right? One of the things that you can look at that and say, this is a terrible performance. But at least it's a terrible performance that's cranked to 10 the entire time.
Yes.
And Anthony Hopkins in The Wolfman, same thing. Yeah.
It's a terrible performance by a great actor.
Terrible performance by a great actor.
It's better than
who's just going all in. They're just all in.
Really, the Jeremy Irons performance, if you take that performance in Dungeons and Dragons, and then you take his performance in, what's that Orlando Bloom movie?
Kingdom of Heaven?
Kingdom of Heaven. It's not far off. And the Kingdom of Heaven one, you're like, God damn, he's really good actor. And then the Dungeons and Dragons, you're like, oh, he's so hammy. But you put them together, you're like, it's not far off. It's in that ballpark, you know?
I get it.
Yeah.
So Kraven looks terrible.
That looks like dog shit.
No one. Why isn't Chameleon the actual villain of this story?
I don't get it.
I don't fucking get it. He's literally... Dmitry Kravenov is an important, huge character. You may have heard of him on occasion. The Chameleon kind of causes problems in Spider-Man's life.
I still say I will be shocked if this movie is released in theaters.
I really hope they can it. I really hope that
I think because once again, people forget this is the new James Bond.
Yeah.
And the last thing he will do before James Bond is Kraven the fucking Hunter.
Which they're going to want to make more of.
Well, not only make more of, they don't want it to be another Madam Web leading into James Bond. And it's looking like it is going to be another Madam Web.
Sony doesn't care about that. James Bond isn't their property. They don't care about that.
True.
James Bond is an MGM property. That's owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
They do not care.
That's true.
That Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to look like an idiot. You know, you look at Black Swan and No Strings Attached. Black Swan, Natalie Portman wins the Oscar. The very next movie that she's in is No Strings Attached, which is about her and Ashton Kutcher.
Yep.
And what's the movie after that? Your Highness.
Yeah.
Which was a weed.
Oh, that was a terrible
with Danny
movie.
McBride. Yeah. So, like, they don't fucking care. Yeah.
I'm wondering if Amazon will fork up money to say just don't release this.
Will they buy the rights to Kraven and just put it on ice?
Yes.
I don't know. I still say this is what Sony thinks success looks like.
Because like I mean, what was the thing that Daniel Craig, his last big role prior to getting Bond was Layer Cake, which is a great fucking movie. I mean, he was in that.
I don't know. That's still a really. That's still. I wouldn't call that a big movie.
No, it's not a big movie, but it's a really good movie.
No, it's a good movie, but I would say like the last thing people recognized him from was Tomb Raider.
Oh God, I don't even.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was such a side. There are times I'll rewatch that Tomb Raider, and I'll fucking forget that he's in it, and then I hear the voice. I'm like, oh, that's right, they dubbed his voice.
They redubbed all his dialogue.
It's so bad.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
I don't know. I'm so terrified.
This is going to be a trash pile. Get ready.
Yeah.
But just like how do you remember that terrible IHOB, where they became the International House of Burgers? And they said they were that was a successful campaign.
That's true.
In the eyes of many advertising people.
That's true.
This is what success looks like. You're being talked about. You're making money. You're at the head of the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
They do not care.
But they didn't make money off of Black Widow and Morbius. I think they
Madam Web, they did.
They did make it in
post. They made a lot on Netflix residuals and that kind of stuff. So it was seen as a success.
Jesus Christ.
These are the same idiots who saw the internet's reaction to Morbius and said, let's re-release it.
As a joke.
They're not They don't
They're
understand.
so fucking
They don't get it.
No.
These are the same people that after Across the Spider-Verse came out, they came out and said, we're going to have the next one out in March. And the animators all said, no, we aren't. That's not gonna happen. These are the same idiots.
Yeah.
And this is their baby.
Oh, one quick thing before we sign off and go on to our little break before we move on. There was also another positive, just because I'm a massive fan of this franchise. Tron Ares. I
haven't seen enough about that. I've seen it floating.
I've seen enough. Like, I love the first two Tron movies. The first one's a little quiche. The second one has a couple cringy moments, but I still fucking love it.
I love it. It's
so good.
Fun. It's a stupid fun. That is a dollar theater movie.
Oh, yeah.
That is the epitome of a dollar theater
And I'll be honest, I'm wearing my Flynn's t-shirt. I don't know why I haven't thought about it. But I'm very excited. Yeah. The only really big, they showed a couple of scenes supposedly with Jeff Bridges back as Flynn, even though he kind of died at the end of the
last one.
But they have Nine Inch Nails doing the music for it. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
See, that's one of the things I love about the second one is that Daft Punk did
and
it's one of the best soundtracks.
It's so good.
Movie.
And the visuals are so fucking good.
The visuals, like, if you had seen Tron and then you watch Tron Legacy, you're like, oh, this is what it was supposed to be.
Yes.
This is what it was all supposed to be.
Now, when I say visuals, I'm not talking about the de-aging. I'm talking just the visuals.
We're talking about the light cycles.
Yeah, the light cycles and the world in general was pretty awesome. All right, folks, well, we got to take a little break, and then we will be back to do our big trivia extravaganza.
Wahoo!
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the trivia portion of episode 150. Al and I have both gotten on our right minds, and we are ready to not only ask ourselves questions, but get questions asked to us by the lovely Kelly.
Do you want to do a few with Kelly to start out, and then we'll do our special service for each other? I thought you would like...
We're still talking about the same thing, right?
You know, I said it, and I was like, he's going to like this one. This is going to be
okay, now you keep digging the hole when you said he's going to like this one. So I'm just saying, man. No, hey, I am ready for anything you want to give me, Al.
Are you?
Are you ready, Captain?
Lounge Lizard?
Let's go.
All right.
All right. So how about I do a few from the easy pile?
Okay.
And then we'll work our way up. Sound good?
That
Sounds good.
All right. The 2015 movie Spotlight is set in which American city?
Boston.
I was going to say Boston.
Good job. Who played Steve Jobs in the 2015 biopic of his life?
Oh, was that the first one or the second one?
Michael Fassbender.
Correct.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either him or Kutcher.
What is the name of Woody Harrelson's character in the Hunger Games series?
Oh, I don't fucking... Hamish something.
You're very close.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Are we keeping track of this somehow?
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We know who's going to win.
Will Smith's 2007 movie, I Am Legend, is set in which U.S. city?
Ooh.
I want to say Chicago.
I'm going to say New York.
It's New York.
It is New York. Because I know there's the water part, and I'm like...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I almost said Washington.
We both would have been silly.
Yeah.
Which 1980s movie was set in Hill Valley, California?
Back to the Future!
Yeah, good job.
Lone Pine Mall.
That's right.
Who plays Dr. Sattler in the Jurassic Park movies?
Oh, Laura Dern.
Ah, damn, that's right. Ellie Sattler.
This should be a fun one. See how fast you can do it. What kind of fish is Nemo in Finding Nemo?
He's a clownfish.
Good job.
Somebody liked animals as a child.
Gone with the Wind is set during which conflict?
That juicy Civil War.
American Civil War.
I didn't say juicy. Do I still get a half a point?
Nah. Depends on which side of the line you're on.
Oh, god damn it.
Which federal agency does Clarice Starling work for in Silence of the Lambs?
FBI.
Yeah. Whee.
I had to think there. I'm like, CIA?
Is it CIA or FBI?
Curious to see if you guys got this one. What sort of shop does Meg Ryan own in You've Got Mail?
It's a bookstore.
Bookstore. Tie.
I know.
Apocalypse Now is set during which conflict?
Vietnam War.
There you go.
You want to institute a bing, bing, bing rule where you have to say bing, bing, bing?
Yes.
You have to ring in.
What letter is assigned to Will Smith's character in Men in Black?
Bing, bing, bing. J.
Yep.
Yes. I couldn't remember if it was J or K. K
is the other one.
Okay.
What color is Mike Wazowski in Monsters, Inc.?
Bing, 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 green.
Yep.
He has a white eyeball, though.
Mm-hmm. I do love that it's worked out that in some of the loading screens for Monsters, Inc.,
yes,
the logo is over his face.
I do like
Every
that.
time.
Premium stuff.
Every time. Mikey, Mouth, Data, and Chunk are characters from which movie?
Ding, 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 Goonies.
Nice.
Did I outding you? It's the Kraken!
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the Monty Python film that parodied a Bible story?
Oh, bing, bing, bing. Life of Brian.
Yep. In which decade is the 2016 movie Hail Caesar set in?
Oh.
Bing, bing, bing. 1950s?
1950s.
I couldn't remember if it was 40s or 50s.
Yeah, it's right on that cusp, kind of.
I was between 50s and 60s. But I figured there's a Bugsby Berkeley number in it.
Yeah.
That has to be closer to the 30s.
So those are my easies.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do a few of yours to each other?
Yeah, we
Mix
can
it up a little?
start this.
Ready?
So the fun thing that me and Steve have done is we wrote each other questions about things that we like that the other one notoriously is either behind on.
Yeah, behind on. I was
gonna say I like Star Trek.
Yes.
I have not seen as much Star Trek as Steve, and Steve likes Star Wars. He doesn't care about Star Wars the way I care about Star Wars.
No, not even a little bit. So I will be asking Al Star Trek questions,
And
you'll be
I
asking me.
will be asking you Star Wars questions.
Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
You can start.
In Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country, what is the name of the Klingon moon that explodes in the opening scene?
Oh God, I have no fucking clue. Hargosh.
Praxis.
Oh,
They say the name enough throughout the movie, and I know you've seen the movie.
yeah.
It literally is the first thing they say in the movie, and then they say it periodically throughout.
Well, my thing is just that it doesn't sound like Klingon.
Yeah.
It sounds very human. All right, I got one for you. What planet is Obi-Wan from?
Oh, Jesus. I have no fucking idea.
It was crowned on an episode of The Daily Show when George Lucas came out during the time when his word was Bible.
What did he name
He
it?
named it Stew John
Stew John.
after Jon Stewart of The Daily Show while on an episode being interviewed. I think it was just an idle question. It was just like, where's Obi-Wan from? And he jokingly said Stew John. And we all said, that's canon. We're walking with it.
I thought I went deep on my questions. Jesus Christ. All right, number 2. Which alien species does humanity make first contact with?
Oh, that's the Vulcans.
Yes, sir! Ding, 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 ding! You got one.
Princess Leia tells Grand Moff Tarkin the rebel base is located on what planet?
Oh, Dantooine?
Dantooine! Very good.
I didn't know if I was going to know. All right. I know you've watched Next Generation. So
Yes.
A couple of these I leaned a little Next Generation.
Lieutenant Barclay for life.
What species does Deanna Troi belong to?
Oh my god, what are she? She is a Betazoid.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. You got 2.
Let's see. Do you want a funny one or do you want a good one?
Funny one.
What does Jar Jar scrape off his foot in the Mos Eisley Bazaar?
It's poop. But
It's what this movie is.
Is it Bantha poop?
It's just shit.
It's
They don't
shit,
say
yeah.
what it is. It's from those camel animals.
Oh, yeah, whatever the fuck.
But I was
it's
just going for shit because this movie is shit.
Dang, that's a good one. I
Yeah.
like that. And let me say for the record, I'm sorry I said poop. I should have said shit. I am sorry about that. All right, so I can't remember. Have you watched Deep Space Nine at all?
I have not watched a second of Deep Space Nine,
Okay.
but hit me and let's see what I can do.
Well, this is kind of a major character of Deep Space Nine, but what is the name of the Ferengi bartender in the series Deep Space Nine?
I might know this. What's his name? Because I know the character.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
It is also the name of a character in the PlayStation video game Ratchet and Clank.
Kelly knows.
I think I know. If I don't know, I'll be disappointed in myself.
What? I don't know it.
Is it Quark?
It is Quark.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just gonna move this a little closer to you.
Oh, thank you. You don't want to see my face, I get it. All right.
I want to see your face. I just want to hear your voice more.
Oh, yes.
All right.
What do we got?
What type of Jedi used to be associated with green lightsabers?
Vegetarian Jedi? I don't know.
Diplomats.
Diplomats.
It used to be, there was a time where the Sith used red lightsabers, green lightsabers were for diplomats, and blue lightsabers for warriors.
Interesting.
We have long since passed that period.
So this will be my fifth question. How about after the fifth question, we'll go to some difficult Kelly questions. All right. So, Majel Barrett plays Deanna Troy's mother on Star Trek The Next Generation.
I remember.
Who was her real-life husband?
Jesus. Roy Rogers.
Gene Roddenberry.
No shit!
Yep.
Wow.
She played the original number one in the very first pilot.
No kidding. Yep. That's cool.
And that's why they have Rebecca Romaine as a female number one in Strange New Worlds, because the first number one for Pike was a female.
Gotcha. That's good. That's good work. That's good.
Thank you.
That's good research. Here's something from a little more recent. What is the metal that armor for Mandalorians is forged from?
Oh, I know this. I'm going to blame this on my inebriation. Say it.
Beskar!
Beskar armor by and by. See?
Yep.
Oh, God, I wish my brain would fire right now.
Can I get you with one of my specialties?
Okay.
So I'm introducing a segment I'm calling It's a Trap.
It's a trap.
All right, so It's a Trap. What planet are Ewoks from?
They're not on the planet. They're a moon off of Endor.
It's a trap. It's not a planet. All right.
Thank you.
I got it right.
You got it right. That was right.
All right, you boys ready?
Yes.
Caleb Smith is the main character in which 2015 movie?
Ooh, that is tough.
Caleb Smith.
Rather unassuming name,
Yeah.
huh?
2015.
Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets.
No, I have no idea.
Ex Machina.
No kidding.
Oh, that's right.
I just know him as Donald Gleason.
Who starred opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in the 1996 adaptation of Romeo and Juliet?
Ding, 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 Claire Danes.
Nice job.
Yeah.
How many parts make up the Hunger Games series of movies?
Ding, ding, ding. 4.
4.
3 books, 4 movies. As was the style at the time.
What Scottish historical figure does Mel Gibson play in Braveheart?
Ding, ding, ding. William Wallace.
I was going to say William Williams, and I was like, that's not right.
Williams. Which Disney animated classic was remade for live action in 2016?
Ding, ding, ding. Beauty and the Beast.
No, that was 2017. Ding, ding, ding. It's not Cinderella. It is...
What did they do right after?
That's what I'm trying to remember, is what came right after Cinderella.
You want a hint?
No, because I can dig it out if I think.
I think I know.
What do you think it is?
No, it can't be that.
Say it. Or Mary will answer for you, I guess. Right?
I got my years mixed up.
Oh, Maleficent.
Because that was a standalone movie. That wasn't a remake.
Oh, of course.
What was one of the other earlier remakes they did? I'll give you a hint. The story had another adaptation that came out around the same time.
Oh, the Jungle Book.
Oh, of course.
Mowgli came out. Ah, yes.
The far superior Mowgli.
Oh, yeah.
Far superior.
What is the real first name of Baby, Jennifer Grey's character in Dirty Dancing?
Dirty little secret. I've never seen Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I've seen it way too many times.
Courtney?
You're in the right area of the alphabet for the first letter.
I can't believe I can't think of this fucking name. I just keep seeing the detective from Law & Order calling her baby. And I can't... I can't cut that out of my fucking head.
All right, you guys,
I give up.
You give up?
Yeah, I give up.
Francis.
I thought Francine is one. I'm like, I know it's in that
so
ballpark.
Close. Yeah. What is the first name of Liam Neeson's character in Schindler's List?
Oscar. Sorry,
Wow.
ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to get that fast. In Home Alone, what city was the McAllister family traveling to?
Ding, ding, ding. Paris?
Paris. Do a few more of these. What is the first name of Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's character in
Ding,
Alien?
ding, ding. Ellen.
It is Ellen.
Faster than me.
Yes.
Who is the most nominated actor in Oscars history?
Ding, ding, ding. Laurence Olivier.
No. Hold on. Actor.
Oh, wait. Actor?
Ding, ding, ding.
Specifically?
Jack Nicholson?
Actor, gender neutral.
Oh,
Meryl Streep. Millions.
She's at least nominated almost every year.
Yeah.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
Yes.
True. I'm gonna skip that one because it's like up to like this time there were blankety blank. Michael, Gertie, and Elliot are the children from which movie?
Ding, ding, ding. E.T.
Wow. Good job.
See, Gertie was the one that confused.
Isla Nublar is the setting for which series
Ding, ding,
of
ding.
movies?
Jurassic Park.
Nice
Yep.
job.
What's the other one?
My microphone still works, folks.
I'm trying to think of what the other one is. There's Isla Nublar and I can't remember the other one.
I thought you made it all up, but that's all right.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, what is the name of the hybrid dinosaur from Jurassic World?
Oh, from Jurassic World.
Ding, ding, ding. Adonimus Rex?
You're so close.
The Verizon-osaur brought to you by Verizon.
You have like just the slightest mispronunciation. Indominus.
Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex.
Damn, how the hell did I get that?
Brought to you by Verizon.
I don't even know how I remembered that shit. I didn't like that fucking movie.
I'll do one more and then we'll switch back to
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
Tony Manero is the lead character in which movie?
Ding, ding, ding,
West
Scarface?
Side Story.
You want to each try again?
Tony Manero?
Tony Manero.
Ding, 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 Saturday Night Fever?
Saturday Night Fever.
Yes!
Nice job.
Mr. Travolta. He hits my hair.
All right, buddy, you ready?
I am ready.
Now, this one you should get.
Okay.
Okay. Which species have a common ancestry with Vulcans?
Oh, Romulans.
Thank you.
Let me give you one that you should get.
Okay.
Do you want just an up and down? You either know it
I'm
or
feeling
you
so
don't?
good. You tell me whatever you want to tell me.
Who directed Empire Strikes Back?
Irving Kershner.
There you go. You
All
either
right.
know it or you don't.
Like I said, 4 softballs they should be. What is the name of Data's cat?
Spot.
Yep. Very good.
Good boy.
Name a pilot who survived every skirmish with the Empire in the Holy Trilogy.
Wedge.
Do you know his last name? There you go.
Wedge Antilles, yeah. He's the only one.
He's the only one.
And the Ewoks didn't need him. And he's in the Heir to the Empire books.
See, this is the character that I, in my heart, would love to see a series based off of. And in my soul, I know would be ruined by a series based off of.
Yeah, but he was cool in the books.
I love Wedge.
Yeah, Wedge is great.
Wedge is great.
All right. Oh, God. This is another easy one. What does the T in James T. Kirk stand for?
Tiberius.
Yes, sir.
I do know that.
Bonus question. Who did he get the name Tiberius from?
It's from his grandfather on his mother's side.
Yes, because the J.J. Abrams movie,
Yeah.
he says it in,
Yeah.
Thor says it in the beginning.
All right. Boop, boop, beep, boop, beep.
Thor.
Here's one. What was the name of Mads Mikkelsen's character in Rogue One?
Oh, Balin Orso?
You're so close.
I know it's Orso. Not Balin.
You're so close. Change one letter.
Bala? Not Bela? I know it's...
I'm going to give it to you because you
Okay.
clearly know it. Galen.
Galen Ursa. That's right.
So close.
Galen.
Balin is Leia's father.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bail Organa.
All right. Q was responsible for introducing the Enterprise to which alien race?
Ooh, this is a good one. The Q?
I mean,
The Q aren't, well,
no, they are a race, but he already met the
Yeah.
Q.
But that was the first time any Q showed up, was on the bridge of the Enterprise.
But he's responsible for directly introducing the Enterprise to this alien race.
Is it a race played by, what's his nuts?
Testicles? No, it's not played by Testicles. That's not who it is, Alfred. That's not who
my Testicles heels.
Yes, your Testicles heels.
I don't know.
The Borg.
Oh, really?
In Next Generation, he sends the Enterprise to the edges of the universe, and that's where the Borg become aware of humanity. Because they were in the edge of the galaxy. And then when he brought the Enterprise back, the Borg locked on and followed them back.
So it's your fault, call out Into the Woods.
Yes.
I
don't know the answer to that one. Don't ask me as R2-D2.
I know,
I will
right?
not be able to decipher. Or as a Wookiee.
Here's
Extra hard mode.
Yes, exactly.
Here's one. I don't know if this is easy or not, but it might be. Name either Jabba's right-hand majordomo or the little critter that sits on his lap.
Oh, fuck. The little critter, I'll know the name when you say it, but I won't be mad. His right-hand man, I know the fucking name, and I will be mad when you tell me because I can't remember it.
You yield?
I yield.
Bib Fortuna and Salacious Crumb.
See, Salacious Crumb, yes, I know that, but I'm not mad. But Bib Fortuna,
yeah,
I know their goddamn name. I've heard it recently. I mean, it was in stupid Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
and so
yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Can I give you it's a trap question?
Yes, it's a trap.
How does Max Rebo play his piano?
With his face penis?
With his feet.
Oh. And that is a face penis, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Well, he's an elephant type.
All right, so here's I did 10 questions, like we said, and I have my last softball to you.
All right.
What was the name of the test that Kirk famously cheated on while in Starfleet Academy?
Oh, I know it. My brain can only tell me the guy who won all those hot dog eating contests. Kobayashi Maru.
Yes, Kobayashi Maru. Good job.
I can't believe that worked.
I'm very happy that it
worked. All right, I'm gonna give you one more, and then do you want to go back to Kelly?
Yes.
All right. Oh, here's another one that might make you angry.
Okay, I can't wait.
What is the designation for Din Djarin's ship, his first ship?
Oof. I could hear a pin drop with that.
Shit. Right.
The Razor Crest.
The Razor Crest! Fuck! We were just looking at that Lego set at Target, too. Mm-hmm. God damn it!
I told you, one that'll make you angry if you don't know it.
That was going to make me mad. I'm not shitting. We just looked at the fucking box of the Lego.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Couldn't tell you what the second ship is called.
I couldn't either. That stupid Nubian one.
They tried to rehab the Nabooian fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A piece of shit.
The T-10s, I think they are. See, I know what the designation for the ship is. I just don't know what the designation for the ship
His version of the ship, yeah. All right.
Are we ready for a handful of Hardies?
Yes.
Tom, is there another Hardy?
I'm not going to say Dick while we're talking about Hardys.
Dick Hardy.
What is the name of Orlando Bloom's character in Troy?
Oh, Paris.
Wow.
Nice.
Good job.
Because,
Can you tell me the name of Eddie Murphy's character in Beverly Hills Cop?
Ding, 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 ding. Axel Foley.
Wow. Yeah, he's going to know that better than I.
Nice. Which actor plays Norman Bates in Psycho?
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, is it the remake or the original?
We'll say original.
Anthony Perkins.
Good job.
Remake is Vince Vaughn.
Remake's Vince Vaughn.
Oh, well, look at you too. What is the name of Jodie Foster's character in Taxi Driver?
Oh shit!
Oh, there's no way.
Oh god!
I actually have a small confession. I've only watched that movie once in my life.
I watched it. Well, I was gonna say, do you want to give the multiple choice? Because some of these are multiple choice.
Would you rather have multiple choice or a hint? I think the hint will be more fun.
She could say the first name, and I still wouldn't be able to tell you the name of the character.
Then. The hint? Well, we're only doing first name.
Okay.
It is also a flower.
Lily?
Petunia. No?
Rose? Violet?
Chrysanthemum.
Dandelion?
Iris.
Yeah, I couldn't.
No,
you
I
could
was
have
never
given me
gonna get
every
there.
name in the English language, and I would never have fucking gotten it.
In what country does the opening sequence for the Bond movie Spectre take place?
Oh, what is
Mexico?
Mexico City?
Mexico.
Yeah, because it was the Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Spacecraft Nostromo appears in which movie?
Ding, 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 Alien.
Alien. Well, these aren't tripping you up as much as I thought they would. What is the first name of Rambo in the Sylvester Stallone
Ding, ding, ding,
movies?
John.
John.
On an aside, have you seen the 3 John action star epic rap battles of history?
No.
Oh, that's
It's
so fun.
John Rambo versus John Wick versus John McClane.
That's kind of awesome.
It's so
That
good.
is awesome.
Can you name the author of the original Silence of the Lambs book?
Oh.
I can tell you Jonathan Demme directed it.
Yeah.
Looking for the book
No.
author.
I'm not in the right frame of mind to think that deeply.
Lionel McFadden.
Thomas Harris.
Yes.
Not even close.
I don't know. Lionel was close.
Actor Daniel Craig is married to which
Ding,
British
ding, 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 ding.
actress?
Rachel Weisz.
That lady we
And
were
they
just
live in
talking
upstate
about.
New York, and I would like to know where.
They live in that mysterious house at the corner of Plank
Yes!
Atlanta.
They have to fucking be. Yes, that is them.
What is the name of Leonardo DiCaprio's character in The Revenant?
Oh, fuck.
Bear poop?
John
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
John Balls.
Hugh Glass.
Oh, that's true.
I think that's...
That actually rang true, or I just heard...
Well, I think that's a joke in The Simpsons. I think that's one of the names Bart uses when he calls Moe. He says,
Has anyone seen a Hugh Glass?
Anyone seen Hugh Glass?
Oh, that's funny.
I'm looking for a Hugh Glass.
What sort of disaster strikes the world in The Day After Tomorrow?
Like, ding, 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 like ongoing superstorms, climate disparity.
Cold freeze. A freeze. Ice Age.
Ice Age.
I attest there were tornadoes in LA.
There was...
But the greater affliction.
Oh, the issue that,
An aside, do you remember that Disney animated movie where they go into the body and it's like a...
Inner Space.
Or no, Outer World, the animated one that was not long ago, where they go into the planet and the planet's like a living...
Oh, yeah.
Outer
Worlds or something like that.
I saw an interview, and it was Jake Gyllenhaal who voiced one of the characters, and Dennis Quaid who voiced another one of the characters. And like, well, it's the second time you worked together. Dennis Quaid's like, we worked together? And Jake Gyllenhaal's like, you were my father. And it's after tomorrow, he's like, oh yeah, it was! He goes, you were my dad. He said it just like that. I'm dying. It's like, wow, you really don't fucking remember. That was the first post Donnie Darko Jake Gyllenhaal? Like, isn't that when he was starting to
maybe.
become
I'm trying
the
to
cutie?
remember when October Sky was. October Sky was late 90s.
Yeah, but I think that was...
That was before
Yeah.
Donnie Darko.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
before Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, way before Day
Yeah,
After
way
Tomorrow.
before that.
I just remember the wolves getting out of the Central Park Zoo and me being like, oh, they don't keep wolves in the Central Park Zoo.
No.
Shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll do a few more and then we'll call it there.
Yeah.
Who plays Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey?
That guy with that face who can't act but can. Ding, 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 Jamie Dornan.
Yes.
Dornan.
Damn you. I was trying to think, and you were distracting me, Al, with your thought process.
Who played opposite Colin Firth in Girl with a Pearl Earring?
Oh, shit. Ding, 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 Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Damn it. Colin Firth. Everyone's Mr. Darcy.
I don't know why I thought Colin Farrell. I was like, I don't remember Colin Farrell in that movie, but I know ScarJo's in that movie.
Oh, do you have more?
I have
for each
more
other?
questions. I don't know if you have any more questions.
I did 10. That was my homework.
Yeah.
I was told to do 10.
So I
can think up.
I have some bullshit
How about you
ones
go
if you
then?
want. Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead.
get through some of my bullshit
Okay,
ones.
let's bullshit this.
Okay, here's a bullshit one. Name three of the six bounty hunters on the bridge of the Star Destroyer in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
So, yeah, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. That's the easy one. There's two more medium ones.
IG-88.
IG-88.
IG-88. And the lizard dude.
Yes.
And I can't remember.
The lizard dude's name is...
The one that Han shot?
No. We never see him again.
I can't stop thinking of the robot chicken where the dude who likes to disintegrate things is jumping around. I can't get that out of my fucking head. I can't remember.
Bosk is the last one.
Son of a bitch!
So all six are Boba Fett, Bosk, Dengar, who's the guy with the turban.
Yes.
Forlom, who's one of the bug-eyed guys. Zuckass, who's the bigger bug-eyed guy, and IG-88.
Yes.
Yes. What is the designation for Obi-Wan's astromech in Clone Wars? You just need the first two. I'm not going to ask you for the whole thing. R4.
Yeah.
Technically R4P17. But I was not going to have you do that. Let's see. What is traditionally lost in Star Wars films?
Lightsabers. A lot of lightsabers get lost.
A lot of lightsabers get lost, but what?
Oh,
Hands, right arms.
Oh yeah, appendages.
That's what we were looking for. Right arms.
Yeah.
What is the name of Luke's childhood friend from Tatooine?
Oh, wait a second.
He is one of the rebel pilots.
Yes, I know this too.
Oh.
Dax?
Oh, you're close. Dak is in Empire.
Yes.
He's his co-pilot at Empire. Biggs Darklighter.
I was about to say, trick question. He doesn't have any friends.
He doesn't have friends.
They're all make-believe.
Let's see here. What race had many members give their lives to get Mon Mothma the plans in Return of the Jedi?
Bothans.
Yes. What's in those big healing tanks?
It's something fluid. I believe the title is something fluid, right? Hold on.
They're usually referred to as blank tanks.
Oh.
Bantha?
Oh, you're so close. Kelly for the scoop?
Bacta.
Bacta tanks.
Bacta. Damn it.
Hi.
According to Obi-Wan, and this is a gripe question, according to Obi-Wan, how long has the Jedi been defenders? Have the Jedis been defenders of peace in the universe?
Thousands of years?
More than 1,000 generations.
More than 1,000 generations.
So, Leslie?
I know. We'll bash that. All right, how about this one? What very famous actor at the time had a brief cameo in Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country?
Is it James Cromwell? James Cromwell crops up in Star Trek all the time.
No, think about this. It came out 1989.
1989.
An
Tom Cruise?
actor who was hot at the time. Think about that movie. There's somebody that doesn't stand out.
Kirstie Alley? No, Kirstie Alley's character.
She was in the
left by that.
second one. She was
Yeah.
Christian Slater.
Oh, I forgot he
When
was
he
in that.
wakes up Sulu.
I fully forgot.
And in
that he was in
1989,
that.
there was fucking nothing bigger than Christian
Yeah.
Slater.
Here's
Do you
one
know
for-
the skateboarding movie that Christian Slater made that is infamous to be as 80s as it gets?
What is it?
3 words.
Oh, I don't know it then.
Gleaming the Cube.
That's terrible.
It was... What made it great was all of the skateboarding scenes where he had a stunt skateboarder. Tony Hawk was the stunt skateboarder.
No shit.
Yeah.
That would
Great
do it.
fucking movie.
That would fucking do it.
Love it. It's so 80s.
All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
What is the element used in lightsabers to create the blade?
Oh, fucking make-believe shit? I couldn't tell you.
Kyber crystals.
Kyber crystals. All right, here, what is the name of the crystal that fuels all the starships?
Is it dilithium?
Dilithium crystals.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought I'd ask a crystal question.
It's a trap question.
Okay.
What is the name of the Wookiee homeworld?
Kassak.
Oh, you're close. Here's
Kassak, or...
the trick question of it. How many Y's are in it?
There's at least 4.
Oh, you're so close. There's 3 Y's. It's Kashyyyk.
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 See, they should take out the K and just put George at the end.
Right?
Why, George?
Why, George? Who directed Return of the Jedi?
Oh, I can tell you that.
Richard Marquand.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I saw him at Comic-Con once.
Here's similar. The 2 best movies in the Star Trek universe is Wrath of Khan and Star Trek 60 Undiscovered Country. What is the name of the writer-director of both of those movies? He's kind of the Filoni of Star Wars, or Star Trek, kind of saved it.
No, that's way before Goldman. Akiva Goldman. No, it's not him.
You might have heard this name before. Nicholas Myers.
Oh, I have heard that name. Yeah, I have heard that name. Here's a good one. Did Anakin pass the trials to become a Jedi Master?
No.
It's a trap. He passed the trials, but was not given the rank of Master.
Oh, that's right! Son of a bitch! That was a good one!
It's a stupid question.
No, but it was a good one. Alright, what is the famous motion that William Riker does when he walks in a room?
When he walks over chairs?
Yep, steps over chairs. Thank you very much.
Let me think of it, because I'm out of them now. I would say who was Luke's co-pilot, but you already knew it. Dak. Dak is the co-pilot in the Snowspeeder.
Yep.
I
feel like I could take on the Empire.
How did they do dialogue for Chewbacca and R2-D2 when recording the Holy Trilogy?
The actors actually spoke the dialogue.
They actually said things.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Peter May. I love watching. I would love to watch it just with the voice.
Yeah.
And we know what the Wookiee sounds like, so we can make the sound in our head.
I just love that scene on Hoth where
Chewie's
on top of the Falcon.
That is so awesome.
Shouting, just screaming at him.
Yeah. That is awesome.
All right.
Well, folks, we're going to let you off the hook, and we enjoyed this end part. We really hope you enjoyed it.
That was a lot of fun.
You get a little vision of the knowledge we have, even in an altered state.
Yes.
So please, once again, if this is your first time listening to NerdPod Generations, please go to nerdpodgen.com. There are links to everything. You'll find out all about the show, and if you do go to YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you subscribe to our show, please, so you can get notifications as soon as a new episode comes out. Al, who is in charge of our music and our artwork?
Our artwork is done by Courtney Howell. Mm-hmm. Our theme is by Brendan Williams and John. I knew it was going to say and James Connolly. I am Alfred Judson.
And I'm Steve Kraken Taylor.
And we'll be back next week.
Yes.
Probably less drunk.
Yes.
Probably.
Definitely less.
Have a great week, friends and enemies.
Peace.